作为原则，中方始终坚持高水平开放，坚持维护市场经济原则和世贸规则。我们愿意为包括欧盟企业在内的各国企业来华开展贸易投资合作，提供开放、包容、透明和非歧视的营商环境。这一立场没有变化。一段时间以来，中澳通过对话协商妥善解决彼此关切，共同推动两国关系出现改善发展势头。中方愿继续本着相互尊重、平等互利、求同存异的原则，与澳方加强对话合作，推动中澳关系稳定健康发展。中方坚决反对美台开展任何形式的官方往来。
In a move that's set to send shockwaves through global trade relations, China has launched an aggressive anti-dumping probe targeting imports from the EU, US, Japan, and Taiwan. This latest salvo in the escalating trade war exposes the deep-seated tensions and strategic maneuvering that have come to define the modern global economy. Beijing's actions are a clear signal that it's not willing to sit idly by as the West attempts to strangle its economic ambitions. Critics argue that this probe is just another example of China's relentless efforts to dominate key industries, utilizing state support to undercut competition and destabilize foreign markets. Meanwhile, the US and Europe have ramped up their punitive measure, unveiling tariffs and trade investigations of their own, as they scramble to defend their industrial base from what they perceive as an existential threat posed by Chinese economic policies. This high-stakes game of economic brinkmanship is not just about protecting jobs or industries. It's about securing technological supremacy and geopolitical dominance in the 21st century. The implications are profound, impacting everything from global supply chains to international diplomatic relations. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown, with each side accusing the other of violating international trade norms and destabilizing the global economy. As the rhetoric heats up and the stakes get higher, it's clear that the consequences of this conflict will reverberate far beyond the immediate players involved. Stay with us till the end as we unravel the complexities and hidden agendas driving this unprecedented clash of economic titans. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. China's Commerce Ministry has announced an anti-dumping investigation into palm copolymers imported from the EU, US, Japan, and Taiwan. These engineering plastics, known for their ability to partially replace metals such as copper and zinc, have a wide range of applications, including in auto parts, electronics, and medical equipment. The ministry's statement emphasized the importance of these materials and outlined the one-year investigation period with a possible 6-month extension. In response, the European Commission, responsible for EU trade policy, indicated it would closely examine the investigation's details before determining its course of action. A spokesperson highlighted the expectation that China would adhere to all relevant World Trade Organization rules and obligations during this investigation. This move by China adds another layer to the ongoing trade disputes between China and the US, as well as Europe. Recently, the US announced significant tariff hikes on Chinese imports, including electric vehicles, VS computer chips, and medical products. Meanwhile, the EU has initiated a trade investigation into Chinese tinplate steel, continuing its trend of scrutinizing Chinese exports and subsidies. Last September, the European Commission began probing whether to impose punitive tariffs on cheaper Chinese EVs, suspected of benefiting from state subsidies. Beijing's stance is that the US and Europe's focus on China's overcapacity issues is misplaced. Chinese officials argue that such criticism overlooks the innovation by Chinese companies in key industries and exaggerates the role of state support in their development. They assert that Chinese businesses have made significant advancements independently and that international concerns are often overstated. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. China's trade relations with major economies have become increasingly strained, with each side taking measures perceived as protective of their domestic industries. The US, under President Biden's administration, has been particularly vocal about the need to address what it views as unfair trade practices by China. This has included imposing tariffs on a wide range of Chinese goods and increasing scrutiny on Chinese companies operating in sensitive sectors like technology and pharmaceuticals. U.S. Trade Representative Katherine has been at the forefront of these efforts, arguing that these measures are necessary to protect U.S. jobs and industries from unfair competition. In Europe, the sentiment is similar. The European Union's trade policies, guided by Trade Commissioner Valdis Dombrovskis, have increasingly targeted Chinese imports believed to benefit from state subsidies, distorting market competition. The recent investigation into Chinese tinplate steel is a continuation of the EU's broader strategy to ensure a level playing field for European companies. Dombrovskis has emphasized the importance of fair competition and the need to address any practices that undermine it. The anti-dumping investigation launched by China's Commerce Ministry into palm copolymers from the EAU, US, Japan, and Taiwan is seen as a countermeasure to these actions. China has long argued that its trade practices are within the bounds of international rules and that its economic rise has been driven by genuine industrial innovation and competitiveness, not just state intervention. Chinese officials, including Commerce Minister Wang Wentao, have stated that such investigations are standard procedure and aimed at protecting domestic industries from unfairly priced imports. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. This tension has also played out in the high-tech sector. The U.S. has imposed restrictions on Chinese tech companies, citing national security concerns. This includes measures against major firms like Huawei and Z, which have been restricted from accessing critical U.S. technologies. Additionally, the U.S. has pressured its allies, including Japan and Taiwan, to follow suit, leading to a broader decoupling in the tech sector. This decoupling has significant implications for global supply chains, particularly in areas like semiconductors, where companies like TSMC and ASL play crucial roles. China's response to these restrictions has been to accelerate its self-reliance in key technologies. The Chinese government has ramped up investment in domestic tech firms and encouraged innovation in sectors like semiconductors, AE, and green technology. President Xi Jinping has repeatedly stressed the need for China to reduce its dependence on foreign technology and to build robust domestic alternatives. This strategy is part of China's broader economic policy, which aims to transform the country into a global leader in advanced manufacturing and technology. Amid these developments, the global business community is closely watching the outcomes of these trade disputes. Multinational corporations operating in China, the EU, and the US are having to navigate an increasingly complex regulatory landscape. Companies are adjusting their supply chains and investment strategies to mitigate risks associated with the escalating trade tensions. For instance, many firms are diversifying their manufacturing bases, moving some production out of China to other countries in Asia, or even bringing it back to their home countries. The broader geopolitical context cannot be ignored. The US-China trade war, which began under former President Donald Trump, has evolved into a more comprehensive strategic rivalry. This rivalry encompasses not only trade but also technological supremacy, military influence, and ideological competition. The Biden administration has largely continued Trump's hardline stance on China, with additional focus on building alliances with like-minded democracies to counter China's influence. In Europe, there is a growing recognition of the need to balance economic ties with China against strategic and security concerns. The EU has been cautious, seeking to avoid a full-scale confrontation while still addressing unfair trade practices. European leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel and French President Emmanuel Macron, have advocated for a more coordinated approach to dealing with China, emphasizing the importance of unity among EU member states. China, for its part, continues to project confidence in its economic model and its role in the global economy. Chinese leaders argue that their approach to economic development has lifted millions out of poverty and contributed to global growth. They see the current trade tensions as part of a broader effort by the West to contain China's rise. In this context, China's anti-dumping probe into palm copolymers is both a defensive measure and a signal of its determination to defend its economic interests. The investigation into palm copolymers reflects the broader economic strategies employed by China. By launching this probe, China is not only protecting its domestic industries, but also signaling to the international community that it is ready to counteract measures perceived as unfair. This investigation comes at a time when the global economic landscape is marked by increasing protectionism and trade barriers. The U.S. approach under President Biden has been characterized by a mix of diplomacy and assertiveness. Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo has played a significant role in shaping trade policies aimed at curbing China's influence. Raimondo has emphasized the need for the U.S. to protect its technological edge while also fostering innovation at home. This has led to substantial investments in domestic technology sectors, with a focus on areas like semiconductors, where the U.S. aims to reduce its reliance on foreign suppliers. In parallel, the European Union has been navigating its own path in dealing with China. The EU's approach has been to strengthen its internal market while also pushing back against practices it deems unfair. Executive Vice President Margrethe Vestager, responsible for competition policy, has been at the forefront of efforts to ensure that European markets remain competitive and free from distortive subsidies. Vestager has highlighted the importance of maintaining a level playing field, particularly in high-tech industries where European companies face intense competition from Chinese firms. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video, and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.